I hadn't smashed a single thing, hadn't shouted, nor demanded the honesty I deserved. Instead, I stood still, eyes fixed on the glowing screen, absorbing the words she assumed would remain hidden. He called her love. She referred to him as my soul. That alone was enough, more than enough, to extinguish the flame of complete trust one once had in her. Without a word, I grabbed my keys, slid my wallet into my pocket, and quietly stepped outside. No dramatics, no final barbs, just a heavy silence. She had already given her heart to someone else, and I chose to honor that by disappearing from her life. People often say that time heals all wounds, but that's a shallow comfort. Time only teaches you how to bury the pain deeper and wear a mask that hides it better. That first night, I crashed on a couch in the apartment of an acquaintance, a coworker I'd barely spoken to more than a couple of times. I told him I needed a place for a short while. He didn't ask questions. Maybe he could read the exhaustion etched on my face. That night, I deleted her number, not out of anger, but because I didn't know what hearing her voice might do to the fragile pieces of me. I packed up my life and moved to a different town, started fresh, and took a job renovating old houses. There was a strange comfort in tearing out rotten wood and crafting something new from the ruins. It felt like a quiet mirror of my own healing, a way to rebuild through effort. But the nights were brutal, not because I missed her, but because I mourned the image of the woman I thought she was. There's a vast difference between longing for someone and grieving the illusion you built around them. I kept the truth bottled up, sharing it with no one, not even my family or my closest friend. The burden was too heavy to pass on. It was mine to bear alone. I didn't hate her, but I despised what her betrayal did to the part of me that believed in vows meant to be kept. Just when I thought I'd stopped looking back, she appeared. It was a Saturday afternoon. I'd just finished a grueling shift, my clothes dusted with sawdust and splattered with paint. As I was unlocking my front door, the crunch of tires on gravel caught my attention. I barely registered it until her voice cut through the quiet. "Nathan." I stopped and turned. There she was, the woman who'd broken me, standing right in front of me. Her eyes shimmered, her hands trembled. She looked diminished, not in body, but in spirit, like a house worn down by years of neglect. I didn't speak. Instead, I held her gaze, letting the silence express what I couldn't say. She took a careful step forward, her voice shaky. "I've been searching for you for months." I shrugged lightly. "Looks like you found me." She held out a worn photo, an image of us from a carefree vacation 2 years before. A moment I once believed captured everything between us. "I ruined it all," she whispered, her voice cracking like the weathered wood I'd removed in those renovation projects. "I don't expect forgiveness, but I needed to face you and say I'm truly, deeply sorry." Anger bubbled inside me. I wanted to scream, to ask why she threw away everything we built, why she shattered a sacred promise. But I remained silent, arms crossed, heart guarded, allowing her to spill her guilt. She confessed that he had left her, never intending to stay. The thrill she chased faded into emptiness, leaving only regret behind. She said she thought she wanted something bigger, but losing me showed her I was the greatness she'd failed to recognize. It's a cruel truth. People often realize your value only after they've crushed you. Tears streamed down her face, right there on my doorstep, with passers-by likely stealing glances. I didn't care. She begged for a moment to talk, to have coffee, to untangle the wreckage between us. For a fleeting moment, I hesitated, remembering the sound of her laughter when it was filled with joy. A small part of me still longed for that. But then I steadied myself. I hadn't walked away because my love had faded. I left because hers had. I met her eyes and said firmly, "It took me a year to put myself back together. You don't get to return like nothing was broken." She shook her head, tears flowing faster. "No," she said. "I know what broke. It was me." That hit hard because I saw the truth. She was shattered, not because she missed me, but because she missed the man I used to be. The man who forgave without question. That man was gone. I told her I wished her peace and healing, and hoped someday she could love without causing pain first. Her sobs grew louder, but I didn't reach out. That wasn't my place anymore. She slipped away as quietly as I had a year before. I stepped inside, closed the door, and leaned against it, my chest tight. The pain wasn't from love lingering, it was from letting go. Not of her, but of the hurt, the need for answers, the part of me that craved closure. I didn't need that anymore. I'd already found what I was searching for.